Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. If you've never watched our show before, what we do is we do a blitz of all the top stories reporting the news, and you get it in less than 10 minutes. All right, Trump rally. Donald Trump held a rally down in Florida, teased Mark Rubio a little bit about the VP issue, but it went extremely well. Well, we don't report weather around here, but we do have to mention a hurricane when it is in the news. Hurricane Beryl or Beryl, how do you pronounce that hurricane, Sabrina? Beryl?
That's how I've been doing it.
Anyway, hit Texas, and guess what? It took off part of the stadium of the Houston Texans. Wow. Delta Airlines had to cancel some flights. They got junk in their food. Bad stuff in their food. Think these cost-cutting measures aren't hitting them in the butt? I think so. George Stephanopoulos on a hot mic after the interview said, there's no way that Joe Biden can make it 4 more years. This is an ally, folks. George Stephanopoulos. All right, Warren Davidson kicked out of the Freedom Caucus. They kicked Marjorie Greene Taylor out. This was because he supported the opponent of their caucus leader. All right, Church's Chicken. There was an employee shot and killed on a dispute in a drive-through window. Now, I know sometimes these things aren't laughable matters, okay? And it's not a really laughable matter. But I might be capable of this if they put mayonnaise against my wishes on my hamburger. How many times have you been so upset? Now, of course, we don't shoot anybody, but there's nothing more irritating. Oh, how about this? You go through the drive-through window, and you decide, I'm not going to check my order this time. You go home, it's wrong. Very irritating. The little things we have to put up in life, right? All right, Trump. He has challenged Joe Biden to golf, $1 million. That ain't gonna happen, is it? All right, who is in charge? Of course, I've been asking this forever. Stephen Ducey asked at a press conference yesterday, you know, if just think about this. What happens if there's a phone call about nuclear attackers? Who's caught? Well, guess what? Good old press secretary herself said, well, there's a group of people, blah, blah. And we all know that to some extent. But our Constitution calls for one man in charge as a president. We don't have that right now. We have a shadow presidency of Jill Biden and all of her minions. That's messed up. NATO. Good old Joe delivered a speech at NATO, but there's rumors circulate. Well, I feel like if that's a separate topic, I don't want to throw it in here. No, I saved it for last, so we'll wait on that. Amber Rose is going to speak at the Republican convention in Vegas. You know what's going to be funny about the Republican convention, not Vegas, in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, is they're going to have a lot of hood. You watch. They're going after that black vote. You're going to see some gangsters on stage speaking. It's going to be fun to see who actually gets to speak at this thing. But you watch. There's going to be some gangsters speaking. I wonder if 50 Cent gets to speak. Bernie Sanders says the good old Joe Biden needs to lose the teleprompter. This coming from Bernie. Jon Stewart says everybody making excuses for Joe Biden is a bunch of bullshit. Jon Stewart. So far, we got, just think about that. We have Bernie Sanders, Jon Stewart, George Stephanopoulos, on and on and on. These are allies. All right, Barron Trump got introduced at the Florida rally by Donald Trump for the first time. Barron entering politics. Fifth Third Bank nailed for a $20 million fine for false insurance claims and everything else. It's unbelievable. See, corporate America, this is what they do over and over again. But we're supposed to trust them. We're supposed to trust them. You can't make this up. The lawyers fighting Elon Musk for his big payout, the amount of money they've requested comes to $370,000 an hour. They said, well, we were battling the best. Lawyers are scoundrels. Another Exhibit A. What lawyer can bring themselves to, but see, they're shameless. The legal these kind of lawyers are shameless. $350,000 an hour. The Democrats coming out of their big caucus yesterday about Joe Biden staying in the race, one of them said it felt like a funeral. Melania Trump raised $1.5 million from gay Republicans. Yoo-hoo! You go, Melania. Secret Service shot and killed somebody outside Sonia Sotomayor, the Supreme Court justice's home. They were going to steal a car or something. Shot him dead. And Mike Pence spoke out against the Republican platform because it was simplified and easy and everything. Mike Pence, man, can't stand the guy. Republican platform, keep it simple. Junior, who's friends with Vance, who support Vance. I did a Facebook Live this morning. I'm predicting that J.D. Vance is going to be the VP pick. Why? Because he's somebody that the political folks, the inner circle of Trump, trust in the mega, because he'll be the 2028 nominee. Nikki Haley released her delegates to Donald Trump, but will not be speaking at the convention. Independent voters are leaving Joe Biden in flocks. Trump is now winning in Wisconsin, by the way. Having the Republican convention there isn't going to hurt him. And last but not least, and I say this to last, over in NATO, the meeting, they say Joe Biden was supposed to meet some German minister or something at 8 o'clock, early evening, and he canceled it because he needed to go to bed. We have a geriatric, demented president of the United States. Do not be a withered, swag-bellied ruffian. Shakespeare insult of the day. Well done, my mate. I'm going to...
For you.
So you're calling me that. He's mad. He lost chess. He lost chess today. He actually threw a chess piece at me at the conclusion of his defeat, although it was a gentle toss. If I was some people in my family, criminal charges would be filed. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I love you, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. Sad story to start with. Jameson back. They're having a GoFundMe, raise money for this young boy. He's a 4-year-old that was killed in a car wreck. I look at his picture smiling, and it breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Rob Sanders explained, there's a story out about Rob Sanders, the Kenton County Commonwealth Attorney, explaining the Garvey situation. I have to admit, he explained it pretty well. Apparently, when the rape happened of the 13-year-old, Garvey was 17. I was told he was 18. He was 17 when it happened. That changes everything, folks, because of the juvenile code. But let me tell you something. The juvenile code needs to be reformed. I've said it over and over and over again. Pig farm or gated community in Boone County. Planning Commission recommended this down in Richwood. However, the Boone County Fiscal Court has the last say. And Shannon Tomlinson, who's leading up the opposition for this, is asking all of you to do what you can to speak out and against it. Voice of America Country Music is going to be back in Ohio in August. My good buddy Cowboy Chuck Melman goes to this, and I think I want to go to it this year. The Walton mayor apparently did some kind of a deal for $250,000 while he was resigning. Scandal. Speaking of scandal, you can't make this up. Grant County, not my favorite county in the world. Grant County, you ready for this? 2 firemen have been arrested for setting fire to a church. When you got firemen burning down buildings, you got a problem, Jamie Spindley. And somebody won $2 million, 70-year-old man, for a scalding shower in Econ Lodge Hotel for scalding him. Apparently led to his death. Got $2 million. Scalding water. Wow. Don't go to that hotel. And Covington, they're wanting to change the format of their government to mayor-focused, not council-focused. We'll see if that happens. Do not be a withered, swag-bellied ruffian. Be a sweet angel like Sabrina King.
Hello again, Bulldog Nation. Jamie Spindley here with Eric Deters World News, the latest headlines. The European Space Agency launched its Ariane 6 rocket for the first time from French Guiana. This launch, 4 years behind schedule, helps Europe launch satellites without relying on companies like SpaceX. President Joe Biden announced that the United States will send 5 new air defense systems to Ukraine to help protect against ongoing Russian attacks. Speaking at NATO leaders meeting in Washington, D.C. In other news, Police in Hertfordshire, England are searching for a 26-year-old Kyle Clifford after 3 women were found murdered. The suspect, who may be armed with a crossbow, is wanted in connection with the deaths in Bushey. And the Australian Rangers have killed a 14-foot crocodile that killed a 14-year-old girl. The incident highlights ongoing wildlife dangers in the region. That's the latest world news. I'll be back tomorrow. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Americans here in Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Let's have some fun. Reds 12, Rockies 6 on a 2-game winning streak. They get to beat the Rockies up 2 more times. Hines, the Reds outfielder, you ready for this? Rookie, came up, 2nd game in a row, home run. Might have a star in the making. Hunter Green has now been selected to the All-Star team as a pitcher because somebody else dropped out. Congratulations, Hunter Green. Djokovic. Playing tennis today. I think it's at 10 a.m. You go Djokovic. We're behind Djokovic. He's mocking Wimbledon. I'm for Djokovic.
He got a bye.
Did he get a bye? The guy dropped out?
Injured.
Uh-oh. Guess he's going to be rested. Joke's going to win. Thank you for that. Thank you. And today at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, England plays Netherlands.
Yep.
They play the Netherlands. My mate will be watching it. Everybody pray and root for England to beat the Dutch.
Let's go, England!
Cameron Sutton, the cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, has been suspended for 8 games to domestic violence. Joe Burrow said he'd love to play flag football if it's in the Olympics. He also says he took up the piano to help with his strength. Joe Burrow, I'm worried about the guy getting injured too much. Cooper Flagg, 17 years old, going to Duke. Got invited to the USA camp. They get the best college players to play against the NBA players to get him trained. They say Cooper Flagg is putting on a show. All right, Bernie Kosar, God bless him. He is got ALS and other problems. God bless him. This is the great quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Nick Batista, who is Bernie Kosar's best friend, says that we all need to pray for him. So Nick will do that for you. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Do not be a withered, swag-bellied ruffian. Ladies and gentlemen, the American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. We start off with a sad story. Joe Bonsell of the Oak Ridge Boys passed away. Remember the song, Elvira? Sharon Stone says after she had a stroke in 2001, she was broke, lost $18 million. What? Unbelievable. Somebody's predicting there's going to be a Megxit where Prince Harry goes back to England. Who predicted this? Me. Because when it all falls apart with Meghan, there will finally be forgiveness across the pond, and Harry will be able to go back. I predict this. It's going to happen. All right, Blake sent out a special message to Gwen on their anniversary saying, it's always been you. For all those people that thought their marriage was on the rocks, I say it's going strong as ever, and I'm rooting for Blake and Gwen. Miranda Lambert was a skank. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.